Let's begin our writing unit by going through some grammar. I realize when I say the word grammar, you probably hear grammar, dun, 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 because you hate it, and that makes total sense to me. But here's the thing about grammar. When I say the word, you probably think of grammar as being the rules of how we have to speak or write. Right? There's grammar police that if you do it wrong, then they come take you away in the night because you didn't say it the way that it was supposed to. But the truth is, there really are a couple of different types of grammar. We divide them into two main types. The first one is called prescriptive, and the other one's descriptive. So prescriptive, if you think of the word prescription, and you think about what that means, prescription, we think of medication, right? The doctor gives you a prescription, you take it to the pharmacy, and then the pharmacist fills your prescription. The prescription itself is a set of instructions that the doctor has given. And that's what they put on your bottle that says, take 2 of these with food first thing in the morning. It gives you the rules of how to take your medication. Well, prescriptive grammar is just that. It's the rules of how we're supposed to speak and write. But the truth is, we don't follow some of those rules the way they're supposed to be. I'll give you an example. If I were to look at someone in the class and see that they have a cool shirt on, I could say, hey, that's a cool shirt. Where'd you get it from? And if I ask you, does anything about that phrasing feel weird? It probably doesn't. Hey, cool shirt, where'd you get that from? The truth is, according to the grammar police, that's wrong. You're never supposed to finish a sentence or a question with a preposition. So here's how it's supposed to sound according to the grammar police. Hey, cool shirt. From where did you get it? But we don't speak that way. That sounds ridiculous. So that brings us to the other side of grammar, and we call that descriptive grammar. The base root word of descriptive grammar is describe. So descriptive grammar describes the way that we actually speak and write. The truth is, some of the books that I have enjoyed the most in my life had grammatical errors all over in them. But that's not the point. The point is, I was able to understand what they were trying to tell me, and it was powerful and it was real. So when you write, I don't want you to church it up. I don't want you to make it sound fancy. I don't want you to go out of your way to write it in the way that you think is right, even though you don't speak that way. I want you to write the way that you speak, okay? However, as you continue to read and as you experience new books and new writing, chances are your vocabulary is going to become a little bit more complicated, a little more complex. And the way that you phrase things is probably going to change a little bit because that correct way of speaking and writing will start to become a little bit more of your language because you're learning a better way to go about it, a more descriptive way. But at the end of the day, the purpose of grammar is simply so that everyone can understand. Grammar is an unwritten rule that we all choose to follow because it allows us to communicate well. The purpose of language is to communicate. So when we follow the principles of grammar, it means that I can explain myself the way that I want to, and the person that's listening can understand what I'm trying to say. That's it. The truth is, you all know grammar already. You have a grammar book in your brain that is far greater and far more complex than any grammar book that we have in the school. You already know this stuff. And I know you know it because you speak all day, every day. The only difference is that you might not know that thing that you're doing right now, that thing that you're saying is an appositive or a gerund or a participial phrase. You might not know that that's what it's called, but you understand how it works because you use it all the time. So the purpose of this assignment is to just attach some names to the things that you already know. So here's what I want you to do. There is a list in the assignment instructions here of the pieces of grammar that I want you to cover. Find those pieces of grammar and create a slideshow with at least one slide for each part of speech or grammar. So If the first one, for example, is nouns, you're going to create one slide for nouns. And on that slide, you need a definition, but I don't want you to take a definition out of the book or from the internet. I want you to describe it in real plain English words, which means when you get to preposition, I don't know if you have that one on this list. I think that's in the other class, but the technical definition of preposition is a word that shows a relationship between a noun and another word. You don't know what that means. Put it into plain English so that anyone can understand. So when it comes to a noun, it's a person, it's a place, it's a thing, it's an idea. That's simple. So put that definition. And then do at least a few examples of a noun. You could choose to write sentences and just underline the noun. You could use memes or pictures to do it. But here's the thing, I want you to do your own work. So I don't want you to just pull examples off the internet and copy and paste those onto a page. You're not gonna learn anything from that, and it doesn't mean anything. Create some of your own. If it's something that you're struggling with, you are welcome to work with another person. I will be available that you can ask me for help to help you understand in simple terms what you're looking at. But by the time you finish this assignment, these pieces of grammar should be cakewalk. You should understand them easily and well. So take the time that it takes to do it well. When you finish, you'll just share this slideshow with me so that I can see your work. Remember, this, as all other assignments, your grade comes from your effort, not the final product. I don't care if you're not good at making slideshows, and I don't care about any of the other things. I care that you're trying your hardest. That's where the real learning comes from. Okay, so enjoy this, have fun with it. If you can find funny pictures, that's better for you, it's better for me. We all have more fun doing it that way. So enjoy this assignment.